What up, people? You are not imagining it. It is me, Chig, Through the Combat Show. And yes, we are back, baby. After a couple of weeks hiatus, we are back. And yeah, if you've been following me, you know I've been dealing with various injury woes and been in hospital most recently. But, you know, touch wood, I seem to be overseeing that stage of my life now. And yes, we're back as a result. Having said that, Arsenal completely has messed up the schedule today. So hence why this show is very, very late. So joining me, as always, is Ola. Say hello to the people, Ola.
Man, on a weekend that I'm absolutely excited about the card that we've got coming up. And so, yeah, man, big up to everybody that's joining us tonight. Salute to you guys.
What we may do, and I've not discussed this with Ola yet, just as a little bonus show, is depending on what our schedules are like, me, Ola, might find some time over this bank holiday weekend to do a specialized review of the 262 card show. Because I know you guys like it when we do those personal review shows. So we'll find some time over the weekend, even if it's just 45 minutes, where we just kick back and we just talk to you about the show. Plus, you get your little dose hit of Will at that point as well. But yeah, how you feeling, my brother? I know you kept in touch throughout, but how you feeling generally?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. It's my anniversary today with my missus, so um, once
Sorry,
once this once the day is locked out, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna go chill, have a magnum, you know the rest. You get me? But I've been good. Life is blessed. Just work, come back. It's not been easy being an Arsenal fan, as you know. So, you know, ups and downs, but yeah, we move.
All right, I hear you on that one. Big up to everyone in the chat room. Do me a favor, whether you're watching on Periscope, please do share this video around. And if you're watching on YouTube, also share it around, but also feel free to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Because one of the things we want to try and do this year is hit that magic 1,000 number. So yes. All right, let's get into it. Obviously, we're going to start by choosing our winners, our predicted winners for the card. Before we do that, I'm supposed to get the card up. Oh, I can't share the card on my phone. I just realized, guys, I'm producing this from my phone. So if you want to make sure that you follow the cards or the predicted people that me and Ola will be picking, make sure you go onto the UFC website and go onto events, and you'll be able to see exactly who me and Ola are picking to win certain fights. Yeah? All right. Do you wanna, this is because your kind of section, so do you want to make a start while I get my section up?
Yeah, we've got quite a few fights on the prelims, but my free, I'm just gonna go with my free right off the back. What it gives you time to get the page up, get your section. So for me, my prelims, there's Pat Sabatini versus Tristan Connolly. Pat Sabatini coming in at 13 and 3. He's got a record of 13 and 3. Tristan Connolly 14 and 6. These two are badasses. Tristan Connolly, if most people might not remember this guy. This guy bit the brakes off of Michel Pereira. If you don't know who Michel Pereira is, my man fight like Eddie Bravo from what's that fight game? But if fight like the come with that Cabrera type of style, you know what I mean? Michel Pereira is a flashy guy, and he's not set people out with some of the things you see Anthony Pettis do. Is what you see Michel Pereira doing. but Tristan Connolly just came in there, grabbed and beat the hell out of him. Pat Sabini, not a bad fighter at all. He's got knockout on his record. Good hands on him. These two here, I think is a good matchup. But I'm going with Pat Sabatini. Actually, I'm going to go with Tristan Connolly. I'm going to go with Tristan to win this fight. My second one, Na Liang and Ariane Carnelossi. 12-2 for Ariane. She beat Angela Hill, by the way, as well. I don't really go for people that really beat my girl like that, but this girl's tough. She's tough as they come. She works. Thank you very much, Kelly Melia. Tekken. That's the one. You knew the game I was talking about right there. So Michelle Pereira comes out with them style there. So Ariana, I think she comes with a lot of volume, and I think she's just gonna outbox Nia Liang on the standing. I think that's what I think she's gonna do. So I'm gonna go with Ariana there. And my third pick for the prelims is gonna be Dwight Grant. Dwight Grant is coming in at 10-3. He's fighting Stefan Sekulic. Sekulic is coming in at 12-3 as well. So he's had more wins than Dwight Grant. But I believe Dwight Grant is gonna go down there and get the job done. So I will go with Dwight Grant on this one. And those will be my three picks: Dwight Grant, Ariane, and Tristan Connolly.
Okay.
That's for my prelims.
I guess I'll go with my prelim. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm gonna go with my prelims pick. Purely on the basis of what I saw on the weigh-ins today, and that was Nia Lang versus Ariana Kamosley. Yes, there's a height difference, but that Ariana is about 8 times the size of her. You see her arms. I don't see how that's going to end well for that Liang Na. Plus, she struggled to make the weight. Like she struggled to make the weight. Like they had to strip her from head to toe, and even when she was trying to make weight, she was actually going to collapse any second. So for me, I don't see how that recovers so much to beat the brakes out of that 9-foot wide Ariane chick. So I see that ending badly for her. So Ariane is my pick for that. Just to show you, I did a little bit of research, even if it was just a little bit. I'm gonna go with Vargas over Rung, also in the prelims. And finally, I'm gonna go with Randy Brown over the Brazilian Cowboy. And those are my picks for at least the prelims. Not very quiet. You're on mute, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna go with Rongju. If you're going with Vaga, I'm gonna go with Rongju. I'm gonna take my pick of Ariana away and put it on Rongju.
All right.
While you go with Vargas. Okay. So you got Vargas, Ariana Cornelesi, and who's your third one?
Cowboy loses.
Cowboy. Oliver Randy Brown. Okay. So yeah, those are good picks though, to be fair to you. Those are good picks. So yeah, man. Okay. So on to the main card. We've got Anthony Smith versus Jimmy Croots. This is a tour fight. These guys are fighting a tour fight. Jimmy Croots coming in at 12-1. Anthony Smith got a record of 34-16. I mean, they're both coming off of wins. Jimmy Croots coming off of a win against Bukauskas, and Anthony Smith coming off a win against Devon Clark. So, how do you see this fight going, bro?
I'll be honest. I'll always pick against Anthony Smith. I just feel like this is a guy who someone needs to step in and just tell him to relax. And I heard him talking today, and his whole plan to exit is he wants a couple more fights, get a title shot, then a couple more fights, retaining the title, and then potentially retire. I'm like, mate, please relax. I feel like if there's anyone that I worry about having, genuine like brain injury, he is one of them. My man's already lost 16, so yeah, I can't see. I see him being cut before I see him getting any sort of title shot. That's a damn sure. And it's a shame because I like when he speaks. He's quite pleasant. It's very pleasant to listen
He's a
to.
nice guy still.
He's got a good analytical brain. So it's a shame, but I don't know. I just yeah, I can't see that ending well. So I picked the other guy.
Okay, you're going for Jimmy Croots. I'm gonna go with Anthony Smith here. When Glover put that beating on him, I didn't think he could recover the way he did. I didn't give him any chance, and he came back good against Devon Clark. It was a good fight. I thought he made a good account of himself, and maybe that was a confidence booster that he need because look, it might be in the gatekeeper bracket, but it's still a pretty decent gatekeeper against all these up and comers. You know what I mean? Because I mean the Glover that put beating on him, it's no young. He's about to fight for the title. You know, so um, I think if you look at the last three fights that Anthony Smith has lost, the championship caliber fights. You know, so I know I made the same excuse for Woodley. Yeah, I know. I know I did. But
We like your old
oh my
timers.
god. Huh?
We like your
I
explosive old timers. That's all.
I just oh god. I mean it's the same it's how I felt about Arlovsky. And Arlovsky got the job done last week. You know what I mean? Arlovsky did the job last week, man. So and look at Chase Sherman's got a lot of heat coming behind him. He got a lot of momentum and got in front of Andre Arlovsky and Arlovsky got the job done. So sometimes I don't want to write off these gatekeepers, but against the up and comers. But I will give Jimmy Croots a lot of advantage going into the fight as well. But I think it's something that Anthony Smith might be able to handle. So I'll go with Anthony Smith on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um. Who else?
The, the next one, the next one is Uriah Ho versus Chris Weidman.
Wyman.
Now,
Very fight going right under the radar. This one.
yeah. No kidding, no kidding. These two are super tough. 17-9 for Uriah Hall, 15-5 for Weidman. We know what Uriah Hall is all about, and Weidman since his injury, it's not really been the same, you know. But again, they're both coming off wins, very very good wins against Anderson Silva. Uriah Hall just come off a win against Anderson Silva, and Chris Weidman beat Omari Akhmedov, and anybody that knows Akhmedov, he can wrestle his ass off, and Weidman just beat him on decision. Just outpointed him in every single round. This is Weidman 2.0. He knows what he has to do. He knows where he has to take the game. I'm gonna go with Weidman here.
Yeah, I second that. I think he's determined to make a nice little late run. Maybe he might stop short of a title shot. But yeah, he seems to be training well, according to even what's his name, Anthony Smith, who's his training partner. All of a sudden, apparently those two are training well together, and he's changed a number of things in his camp, and he looks revitalized for it. So fair play to him. I think he's clearly trying to add a bit of a Stephen Thompson style to his game, to his wrestling game, which is quite wrestling heavy. And obviously, I think if he does that, it becomes a different type of threat. Yeah, I'll go with Weidman. I can't see that being any different. I'll go with Weidman.
Yep. Okay. Weidman there. Yeah, Nico Werner. Look, I see you in the chat, man. You get me. I know you said about the Askren thing. I was going to touch on that after once we've done our picks and that. But since you
We'll talk
mentioned it,
about that. We'll talk about that.
yeah, we're going to talk about that after our picks here. On to the next bout. On to the next one. Valentina Shevchenko and Jessica Andrade. Shevchenko at 33 years old. Jessica Andrade, 29 years old. 19-3 for Shevchenko. 21-8, Jessica Andrade. Both of them coming off a win. Andrade beat Chukagian to get in front of Valentina Shevchenko. And we know Shevchenko beat Jennifer Maia to retain a title. And we know Valentina Shevchenko is Chigichi's girl. Talk to me, Chig, man.
It's the only fight that I've seen in Valentina's recent history where I'm even a little bit worried. But I don't mean a little.
You should.
I don't think I'm necessarily. I don't think she's realistically going to lose, but I do think that there's a couple of things.
Major of a chance.
Yeah, I didn't like Valentina's last performance at all. I didn't like it. I thought she struggled. But just shows you the caliber of the woman because she struggled and still dominated most of the fight. But that's the caliber we're talking about here. That she struggled, but I think she in the end took 4 rounds out of 1 in the fight. And then secondly, I think Andrade, with all these title shots she's getting, she must want to become champ again. I think people forget this is a former world champion. This is someone who I think will be eager to get to the top again. And the next time she gets her hands on the title, she'll be determined to not let it slip. She's a stout woman, but she's strong, got a good center base, and she's got a good center base of gravity around her. So I think, Valentina maneuvering around her was not going to be as easy as it would be for other employees. Having said that, I do think that for you to take that title of Valentina right now, I think we're going to have a killer. And I think in the end, that is probably what you're going to see happen. So I think it'll probably be Valentina, 3rd round guillotine.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good assessment. I'd have to go along with that. I like Valentina in this one. Jessica Andrade comes with a lot of threat, but the reach from Valentina and how technical she is. Valentina packs a lot of power, but that's not the scariest part of Valentina Shevchenko. Is the technical aspect of a game, the shit you don't see coming, the way she sets you up. and when she sees the gap and she just going. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's a sniper, man. And you could tell if you follow her on on her Instagram, on her social media, she does a lot of shooting. Like she just goes out to the range and just bang them out, bang, 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 bang. Like she's a sharpshooter, and that shows you for someone to be as good as those type of guys. Millimeters makes a whole heap of difference to them. Attention to detail, hitting the target. It's what they do. They breathe, eat, sleep that. And she's just one of those people. And I think Andrade, yeah, she's got the power to knock her out. She could pick her up, slam her down, do what she did to Rose. But to me, I just don't see that happening, man. You know, I mean, not to someone like Valentina. She's just too cautious. She's too aware of our surroundings, to let that happen. So yeah, I'm gonna give the advantage to Shevchenko here and pick Shevchenko.
Yeah, big Chefchenko to win. My Black Widow
Yeah.
woman myself, I can't say that. So yeah, I pick Valentina to win as well. All right,
Okay. Moving on to the co-main event. This is where you start. I mean, the last one is where you start putting the cat amongst the pigeons. Let's be honest, it's a fucking title fight. But
yeah.
Wei Li Zhang and Thug Rose Namajunas. This one here, this is the one that I'm scared about. You know what I mean? This one here is the one that I'm worried about, bro. But yeah, wax lyrical about Wei Li Zhang because you really pointed this girl out to me. To be
Mm,
fair, um,
this is one where,
and
without putting words into Will's mouth, Will's always felt that Rose would beat Whaley. Should show her too many angles, too many styles, and she believes that Whaley will be sorry that Rose would beat Whaley. For me, what I found, what I took away from the Joanna fight was that actually there's some validation in what Will thinks. In that, what we saw was someone that struggled to punches quite a lot, um, more than I was expecting as well. And yeah, I think for me, what I didn't like about the Joanna performance was every time Joanna wasn't in a straight line to be hit, Weiling's overreaching. Um, Predominantly, yes. So yeah, I think we will. I think we'll see an interesting performance out of Rose. I actually think she'll start pretty quickly and make Whaley miss. I think eventually you're going to see the crash bang wallop that is KSE. And yeah, I'll check in and make sure she's all right then. All right.
you're killing me, fam. I swear to God, man, you're killing me. Okay. I mean, Whaley is a monster, man. She's a monster. She's on a 5-win streak. 5-win streak in the UFC, by the way, not in her mixed martial art um, career. I mean, she's 21 and 1. 21 and 1. All right. Like, Rose is like 10 and 4. Whaley is 21 and 1. That's crazy, bro. She's at double the fights. And you know when Whaley got that one record? You know when she got that one record? On
Come
her
on.
very first fight.
Yep.
And she's 121. She's gone on and just 121 in a row. In a whole. This is unheard of. She's got 7 knockouts and 7 submissions. Like, she's got to have 7 knockouts, 7 submissions. That's crazy, man. You know what I mean? That's just ability to finish, to go out there and get the job done. And having said all of that and waxing all this lyrical for Whaley, and that's me showing recognition on the type of champion she is. Very capable champion at that. But you know, somebody that I think is capable of giving a very, very good challenge, testing her, taking her to um, places that she probably hasn't been, and that's not taking away from that JJ fight because you know I'm a big advocate for JJ. You know what I mean? You're Joanna, you're in JCheck, but for me, I think this fight could have a different dimension to it, and I will. I'm gonna go with Todd Rose here. I have to, man. You know what I mean? I ride it with Todd Rose here. I think she's gonna get it by submission. I'll go with Todd Rose.
Okay, fair play because I know that's the thing that I like the idea.
You know how Valentina is your girl, yeah?
Well,
That's Todd Rose too, man. You feel me?
yeah,
That's
no,
Rose.
I just think for me there are certain aspects of Thug Rose. Well, I think she's a fantastic fighter. I think stylistic wise, I think she's great. I don't think her mind is there. Like I feel like she, on a daily basis, she changes whether her mind is to whether or not she wants to do this. Whereas with
Mm,
Wei Lee, she took a year out and completely switched off her head. You know,
mm,
switched off from social media, switched off from laptop, switched off from everything to fix the errors from her previous fight. I mean, that's a real dedication. Really. So,
yeah, look, Bertrand, she don't think Whaley's Rose is gonna win. He thinks Whaley's gonna win. I'm picking Rose. He's picking Whaley. But what I'm also there's another possibility here, and just bear with me. Let me just put down this possibility because a lot of people ain't talking about it. I thought about it today, and I thought, hmm, I wonder if this has crossed their mind in the war room because it'll make a hell of a lot of money. Imagine the unthinkable happens in both fights. Jessica Andrade beats Shevchenko for the 125 belt. Rose beats Wei Lee for the 115 belt. Both of these girls are one on one, and they got the opportunity to be a two-weight champion simultaneously.
wow, you know, I was saying it was just wow. Um, and then and then finally, in terms of this, let us talk about performance of the night. Um, was it performance of the night? Bonus of the night. So we'll talk about that as well, and just little bits of our final thoughts about each of the games. Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah. Main event. Main event. Let's do the main event real quick. Kamaru Usman versus Game Bread Jorge Masvidal. Street Jesus. Um, Kamaru coming off a win against Burns. The fight that everybody said arguably is going to be his biggest test to date. Um, and Jorge is coming off a loss. Guess who to Nigeria Nightmare? Kamaru Usman. He's called him back out again. Um, everybody thought, you know, this is some kind of easy money grab thing from Usman, but I don't particularly see it like that, and this is why. I think when you when you want to start adding up your wins and people start to talk about you and GSP and your record, you want to start looking for those kind of fights that's going to get you up there because especially when you've cleaned out at least the top 10 of the division, it's easier to kind of call your fights a little bit more. So, and I think that's what he's doing here. He thinks he can go out there and beat Masvidal, and the fans are back. The fans are back. They're going to be doing this in front of a sold out arena. I mean, the tickets got sold out under 30 seconds. It was crazy, absolutely bonkers. Um, but Jorge's been talking a lot of smack. I don't know whether You know, you gotta have been seeing a lot of the build-ups, what's been going on out there, the talks back and forth, what's been going on. What do you make of this, the build-up and this match in itself, and how you
Um,
see it panning out as well?
I actually think it's been a lot more calmer. I think they had to celebrate. They had to really like advertise the fact that they were fighting before. So I think they had to start up a bit of a fake beef. Hence why I think you saw that whole Super Bowl thing happen. I don't think they hate each other though. I just don't. I think they are four competitive people. Um, and three of them will have excess offense. That's it. That's genuinely.
Hello, we lost you there. We lost you there a second ago.
Yeah, go on, I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, for me, this look, it makes it a little bit competitive because Jorge now has a little bit more time to actually prepare for the fight. And look, Dustin Poirier did speech on him and said, "Look, the man was preparing for this fight the whole time. You know what I mean? This whole 6 days notice, don't let that fool you." Blah blah blah. So we kind of know, but at the same time, both fighters did not know they were fighting each other until that 6 days notice. So I'm gonna grant him that excuse there and say, all right, you know what, you got away with one there, but now you've tested it. But then, do you think is to me is it going to be the same effort that Masvidal is going to bring, or is it going to be a little bit more measured, a little bit more
Let me tell,
reserved, rather than just trying to explode and finish the fight in the first round,
let
like
me
he
tell you,
tried to in the first fight?
let me tell you something. The whole reason that this fight has been passed up is because there is no number one contender. There's no obvious number one contender. There's
Mm,
arguments that can be made. So right through 1 to 5, you can make an argument for why somebody should receive a title shot, maybe outside of Gilbert Burns who just had one.
mm,
Right now, that's the reason why Masvidal has been able to get his title shot. Other than the fact that he's still a very popular figure, in spite of the fact that really and truthfully, there are two things which he let everybody down on. He promised he'd win the title, and he promised he'd give it his all. Now his whole thing is, oh, well, I was thrown by the fact that he wanted to rub his feet against mine. I think it's impressive. I like Masvidal, but it's just like you're facing someone who's cerebral as fuck. Like you're facing somebody who's trying to dig out the left nail from their hand. Yeah, he's a kind of cerebral fighter. I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as a compliment. So I just think to myself because he's already shown the fact that he doesn't like it when someone's cerebral. I see him knocking him out quickly, like so quickly. So yeah, I think for me, I see it only being one way, and that's going to be a Masvidal trounce. The only reason I'm not going with a pick for actually winning the fight is just because I think there's a chance that Masvidal, sorry, that Usman may not be able to finish. And so, yeah, that would be my thought process for everything like that.
and just to add to a little bit of what you said there about Usman finishing, I mean, a lot of the questions that they've been asking Usman is, look, are you going out there to look for the finish? And they've been trying to put that kind of pressure on him, like, because obviously what he's been saying is, oh, I didn't feel like I justified myself in the last fight, and I should have put a little bit more stamp and more exclamation mark on that last fight. And to me, he said he didn't feel satisfied. So what's going to satisfy you? So are you looking for a finish? Are you looking to finish Masvidal? Which Usman at first, in the a few weeks back, he was saying, yeah, that's what he was willing to do. But they've been asking him quite a lot of that over the last, when it came to fight week. they started asking him that again. Like, look, you've been talking about how you're not satisfied. Well, what's going to satisfy you? And is it a finish? And they're trying to bait him to go, and Usman just moonwalked. I was real proud of him. He moonwalked away from that real fast. I said, listen, this ain't about a finish. This is about me breaking his will. Like, I just want to dominate him. I just want to break his will. When I lap him and I beat him the second time round, that's enough to break his will. You know what I mean? So he didn't go out and try and say, yeah, like how Masvidal is also talking about, I'm going to take his head off. I'm going to finish him violently. All this other stuff. Usman's moved away from that. I said, listen, I'm just going to go out there and get a job done, man. And I will do it to satisfy. I might satisfy. It might not satisfy you, but it's going to satisfy me what I do. So I think Usman's going to go. It's going to go like that. And I see him. I see him getting a victory here, man. Probably be by decision. I wouldn't be surprised if it's by TKO. Usman's got what one loss on his record. 18 and one loss on his record. I think that was like his third or fourth fight into the UFC, and a lot's being made about when he defends the amount of titles that GSP has won, or at least close to it, then they're going to start giving him the respect. And I'm thinking to myself, not necessarily, because it took Usman what 9, 10 fights to get to the title fight, to get to a title fight, right? Maybe even longer than that, because he's only had 3 title defenses. So, and he's 18 and one. So it's took him what? Him getting to 11 and 1, 12 and 1 to even say a title fight. But GSP got a title fight, his fourth fight into the UFC. So if Usman had got the title fight at the same time, at the fourth fight, and look how many wins he's had since then. It's Bruce Leroy's brother that actually beat Usman Caceres. It's Bruce Leroy's yeah, that put that weight, that put that beating on that. He put that submission on him. You know what I mean? Took his back and choked him out. But these are Gracie students. You can't go around messing around with those guys. You know what I mean? On the ground like that. And Usman since then be like, yeah, that ain't never going, that ain't happening again. So for me, look, and Masvidal, he's a legend of the sport. He's been in this game for so long. For his age, he's been around. This guy's got over 50 fights, or near enough 50 fights. It's mad, and that's what's licensed. Imagine all the backyard stuff that he did before he even start getting licensed to put them fights on his record. So he's been in the fight game for so long. As much as maybe I don't like his stick, I gotta recognize him as a real fighter, and I think he's gonna be more competitive than before, but I don't see him getting the win over Usman. I just think Usman's fight IQ and the calmness he brings to a fight is and his mindset is way too much for these guys in the division. Of course, Masvidal can catch him and knock him the fuck out. That's possible. But if there's anybody with one of the best chins in the division, it's Usman. So I'm going to give him the advantage there. Go with Usman.
All right. You saw that?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
So we both agree that Usman will take that fight. Based on we just feel that the game is too soon for him. So I like the risk.
Yeah.
All right. So fight of the night, performance of the night bonuses.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. POTN, Chig, you going first or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I'm gonna go. Performance of the night bonus. What happens? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I can listen. I'm listening. I'm just writing down what you're saying.
Sorry, I thought you said something. I think I'm gonna go performance of the night. I'm gonna go Whaley.
Performance of the night, Whaley.
Fight of the night. I'm also gonna go Whaley. Yes, I don't think. I think if Rose loses, it won't be easy. So I can see that being a difficult one. But yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, you picked smart there, man. You picked smart. That's a very smart pick. Um, I'm gonna go fight of the night. Weidman Uriah Ho. I'm gonna go Weidman Uriah Ho for fight of the night. And
Oh, by the way, once you are done, just let me know, and then I will spring into life and let me know what else.
yeah. My fight of fight of the night is Chris Weidman versus Ho. And performance of the night, I'm gonna go with Dwight Grant here.
Okay. All right.
I'm going with Dwight Grant for performance of the night. So yeah, I think that's it. That's the card complete.
Okay. Well, so for those of you who've actually watched Age of Wonders, and sorry, we could have technical difficulties on this thing on this phone.
It's all good.
Are we going to talk about it then? Jake Paul. Look.
Yeah.
So,
what do you make of it? Because look, Nico Warner brought into the chat earlier on saying they told me. Yeah, you lot told me. But I I kind of backed out of that fight then fucking found my way back into that bet, man. Ben Askren. What was he? I mean, what kind of boxing was that? I reckon it was worse than Nate Robinson. I'm telling you. I reckon it was worse than the basketballer that got knocked out, man. Like, come on, bro.
I mean,
What kind of thing is that?
He didn't come into the fight in any type of shape. Let's just call it spade what it is. I was expecting him to come in at least in a little better shape. The on hindsight, it was ridiculous to expect someone who punches downwards when he's doing pads. He punches downwards, than to get his hands up when he's fighting a higher, taller, heavier hitter in Jake White. Yeah, so that for me, I was disappointed that I didn't understand that from the very get go. But when I saw that last exchange of his when he did it on his Instagram, I thought, oh no, you're gonna do this badly. To the point where I wish I did what True Geordie did. I man took $7,000 just for record.
I can't believe that. That brother got boy, that brother ate, man. Yeah, he had a good night. He had a good night, man. Unfortunately for Dante, he didn't. You know what I mean? I left that motherfucker under the bus where I found him. Salute to you, Dante, man. It's all love, man.
Is he in the chat room? It might be a bit late. Is he in the chat room right now?
No. I seen him in there. It might be a bit late for him, but when he watches this back, you see the shout out there. You get me? But yeah, it's a mad one, and this guy is going around. He's calling everybody out, man. and people are paying him attention.
What's next?
People are paying him attention.
Because
For me, I think
he's just beating an MMA guy, regardless of the circumstances or whatever.
If I was him, I'll go and grab Dylan Dennis. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He ain't no striker.
Interesting.
And he's talking. Yeah, he's talking. He's talking. So I'll go and grab Dylan Dennis, make him sign that contract, give him his biggest payday, and keep it pushing. Win that one. Probably fight his brother next. Because his brother's fighting Floyd now. I think that's been booked. So yeah. So it's got a few. Look, this thriller event is one of those where this novelty sort of fights are gonna happen. So we're gonna see people fighting out of weight classes not matching. Weight classes means nothing to these people. You know what I mean? So they throw a little man and a big man in there, man. Let them duke it out. So yeah, it is what it is. It's good entertainment. Frank Mir, I thought Frank Mir did well. I thought Frank Mir gave a very good account of himself. He hung in there with the proper boxers as well. So big up to that brother, even though he lost. And there was this other brother, man, that took a jab to the belly and begged for not. The man said he got nut shot. Like, come on. It was so far from the nuts, that punch there. And you know the mad thing? He begged for a stretcher to get him out of there. A stretcher. He didn't even get hit in the balls. But I couldn't believe what I was watching. But like I said, it was good entertainment. Good entertainment.
Plus, you saw, what was it, 2-3 seconds after, him and his wife were smiling from ear to ear, like, we're invested.
I mean, look, it's a good night of business. From a business standpoint, those guys probably made. I think they said they sold about 1.3 million buys or 1.5 million buys. It was way more than the Whittaker Gastelum fight. That was a real card, you know. That was a real card, a proper card. And yeah, they outsold them. So this is the thing that happened in that world, and it looks like they're here to stay because they got some really, really big name and big machines behind them. People like Mike Tyson, Snoop Dogg, Justin Bieber. All these guys are involved in this thriller thing. So, yeah, they ain't going nowhere, bro.
I think
if Floyd gets his claws into it as well, they're going to be staying for a minute.
I think in terms of the show, it was shit.
Oh, yeah.
The show was shit. The production value was shit. The audio was shit. I could have done with much less songs from people I don't know. I must be just getting old because maybe I just don't know these people. Because but you couldn't have made some type of reveal at least, and then for them to say, "Oh, well, they got a rocket now," and something already done.
You know the best way to describe that show. You know when you've been on the town, you've been out on the town, and you're looking for that dirty kebab, you're looking for that dirty fries to eat, and even though as manky and as dirty as it calls, you're gonna lap it up and enjoy every mouthful. That's what that fight was about. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those that he's so shit. It's awful. It's awful, but you just want to see what's happening in there. You're a little bit curious. It's awful, but you want to see what going down there, man. Let me see what pans out. So yeah, that's what's happening there. So yeah, who knows? Woodley could be next on there. You know what I mean? Him and that Leon Love has been going back and forth. So they're cussing DC, calling DC fat, and how they're gonna smack DC all up and down. I mean, these guys are talking a lot of smack, man, and they, like I said, they're getting the attention of the MMA guys, and it's pissing them off. They just get pissed off. Mike Perry's, replying to this guy called the Garbrandt, Michael Bisping, Dylan Dennis, like everybody was Conor McGregor. They're all replying to this kid. Like, what's going on? It's crazy, man. And you gotta give salute to the boy, man. Like, he's he's a marketing genius, bro. To get all these people wagging their tongues on you. Yeah, marketing genius. You got to salute Jake Paul, man. He's done a wicked job. And by the time all of this is said and done, it could be a billion. It could be £1 billion richer, bro, or $1 billion richer. I don't know. It really could be.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call it a day. Unless
Yeah.
anyone else has anything else that they wanted to talk about or touch on. Apologies for how the start it seems. Obviously, it's a late one, and energy levels have been very low for us. So we wanted to get something out to you guys. If we do end up doing a preview show, obviously we'll do one at a reasonable time, and we'll make sure that you guys are aware of it. So I'll put out a post on the community posts, and then literally all I need you to do at that point, so it's a little product, is to say push, no, is pull, all right. That's the only reason that I was. Yeah, I mean that's it for me. That's anyway. It is what it is. That's my thought process. What about yours?
Yeah, man. Big up to everybody that's been with us through this. I mean, it's a really late show, but yeah, big up, salute to you guys. Obviously, because of the circumstances we can't control, Chick's medical situation. Is why we've not really put nothing on the channel, but we're back now, and we've come back with a big card, and yeah, thanks for sticking with us, and hopefully we're able to do a review show maybe on a Sunday during sometime on a Sunday. My son plays football, so it's probably going to be sometime in the evening. Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And until next time, I will say salute.
Oh,
You there, Chick?
okay, roll whenever you're ready.
Yeah, man. Gone.
Okay, is that that? We wrapping up?
Yeah, done, man. We're still live, bro.
Wow, I never saw live. I said there was a big
Oh,
silence. I thought, okay, maybe.
yeah, yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? I already closed the thing my end, and I give the salute.
ah, see, guys. This is what happens when we go live and this late. You get exposure to some shit. My bad. I'm having, but this is also what happens when you manage fucking shows through phones. I will not be doing this again. I am gonna be producing it through a laptop next time. All right, guys, we are out of here. Take care, and like Oliver says, so
Salute.
I don't even find my thing. No, that's why. Oh, what a shit show.